Every day someone plants a thought in your mind. You don't notice it, you don't question it, you simply obey, and you call it your own decision. Now ask yourself, how many of your choices are actually yours? Dark psychology. The term itself sounds dramatic, like something out of a crime novel, but strip away the drama, and you're left with something far more unsettling. Dark psychology is the study of human behavior through the lens of manipulation, coercion, and control. It asks one question: how do people make other people do things against their own interest, without them realizing? Not force, not threats, influence. Think about that. Someone can make you act against your own survival instinct, and you'll thank them for it. That's not magic. That's a system with rules. And once you know the rules, you can't be played by them. But here's what nobody tells you. Dark psychology isn't a tool for criminals. It's the operating system of everyday life. Your boss uses it. Your favorite brand uses it. The news uses it. Social media was built on it. The difference between a cult leader and a CEO? Very little. Both understand the same principles. Both apply the same system. One wears a suit, the other wears a robe. The entire system rests on three pillars, three psychological levers that, when pulled in sequence, bypass your critical thinking entirely. Ready to see them? Pillar 1, fear, desire, anger, guilt. When you feel an emotion, a real, physical, overwhelming emotion, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that analyzes, questions, and says no, shuts down. This isn't a metaphor. fMRI scans show it. Emotional arousal literally dims the rational brain. And here's the dark part. Manipulators know this. They don't present facts. They trigger feelings, because a feeling bypasses logic. A politician doesn't give you a policy. He gives you an enemy. A marketer doesn't sell a product. She sells the fear of being left behind. A narcissist doesn't argue. He makes you feel guilty for questioning him. Same mechanism, same playbook, different players. Pillar 2. Gaslighting. But not the buzzword version. Real gaslighting is systematic. It makes you doubt your own perception, your memory, your sanity. It starts small. That's not what I said. You're overreacting. You're remembering it wrong. Over weeks, months, years, you stop trusting yourself. And the moment you stop trusting yourself, you trust them, because someone has to define reality, and now they do. Gaslighting is the foundation of every cult, every abusive relationship, every authoritarian regime, because the person who defines reality controls everyone inside it. Pillar 3, the most powerful one. They don't attack your beliefs. They become your beliefs. Here's how it works. You join a group. Could be a company, a movement, a relationship. At first you're you, but slowly, the group's values become your values. The group's enemies become your enemies. The group's survival becomes your survival. Now leaving the group isn't leaving a job, it's losing yourself. That's identity capture, and no one fights harder than someone protecting an identity they didn't choose, because here's the truth they never say out loud. You don't control what you identify with, it controls you. These three pillars work because of something deep inside you, something ancient, something that evolved to keep you alive, but now makes you exploitable. 60,000 years ago, being kicked out of the tribe meant death, literally. No shelter, no food, no protection from predators. Your brain hasn't updated that software. Rejection still feels like a death threat. fMRI studies show social rejection activates the same brain regions as physical pain. The same regions. Manipulators exploit this. The threat of exclusion, everyone agrees but you, triggers a survival response. And survival mode doesn't ask questions. Your brain burns 20% of your body's energy. That's expensive. So it evolved shortcuts, heuristics, mental autopilot. Here's one: authority bias. If someone looks like an authority, white coat, confident voice, impressive title, your brain automatically lowers its defenses. You believe them more. You question them less. Milgram's experiment proved this. 65% of ordinary people were willing to deliver what they believed were lethal electric shocks, because a man in a lab coat told them to. They didn't want to. Many were crying, shaking, but they still did it, because authority hijacks morality. And then there's the biggest vulnerability of all. You believe you're in control. You believe your decisions are your own. That belief is the vulnerability. Because someone who thinks they can't be manipulated is the easiest person to manipulate. If I know your triggers, your biases, your identity anchors, I don't need to force you. I just need to arrange the environment so that your free choice is exactly what I wanted. That's the system. And finally, dopamine, social media's weapon of choice. Every notification, every like, every comment, a microscopic hit of dopamine, not enough to satisfy, just enough to make you come back. This is intermittent reinforcement, the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. You don't know when the reward is coming, so you keep pulling the lever. The average person checks their phone 96 times a day. They're not checking for information, they're checking for a chemical hit. And someone programmed that hit. Now you've seen the pieces. Let me show you the full machine. Step 1. Trigger an emotion. Fear, desire, anger. Your rational brain goes offline. Step 2. Distort reality. Make them doubt themselves. You become the only source of truth. Step 3. Capture identity. You're no longer an outsider being manipulated. You're an insider, part of something, and leaving would mean losing yourself. Step 4. Reinforce. Dopamine hits. Social validation, the illusion of choice. Keep the loop spinning, that's it. 4 steps, that's the entire control system. Now look at the world around you, your relationships, your workplace, the media you consume, the apps on your phone. How many of them are running this exact playbook? Dark psychology isn't a secret weapon hidden in a vault. It's the air you breathe. You just never learn to smell it. Here's what changes today. You now know the system. You know the pillars. You know the vulnerabilities. The moment you can name a manipulation tactic, it loses its power. That's emotional hijacking. Identified, neutralized. That's gaslighting. Seen, disarmed. That's identity capture. Recognized, broken. Awareness isn't just knowledge. Awareness is immunity. But awareness requires practice. It requires watching your own mind. Noticing when an emotion floods your logic. Noticing when you're doubting your own perception. Noticing when a group is becoming your identity. The strings were always there. You just couldn't see them. Now you can. And a puppet who sees its strings is a puppet no more. If this gave you a new way to see the world, subscribe, because the next video goes deeper. We're going to dissect the specific manipulation tactics used in your daily life, the ones you've been falling for without knowing. You don't want to miss it.